Alright, so I'm at Aldi's right now about to get these ingredients for the spaghetti I'm about to make for my health class, so let's get started. Alright, so for my recipe, I'm going to make a healthy spaghetti. So this consists of meat sauce is gluten free, of course our noodles, Italian seasoning, and pepper and onions. So first off, is we're going to, you can fill up a pot with 4 quarts of water. You also going to add salt to it, give it extra seasoning in it. And then afterwards, you put it on top of this right here, and you let it boil for 10 minutes. But we're gonna skip ahead for that. So, all right. So after your water is boiled, after like 10 minutes or so, then you start to put your noodles inside there. And what I like to do is I like to break them up. So break them up, put them all in there. And you want to stir them up so that your noodles won't be together when you're done serving them, because if they all together, it won't taste right. So stir your noodles up. Might want to do this for like not a couple minutes, like a couple seconds or so.
Occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally. Don't burn yourself. So.
Do they cook?
So keep stirring them till all of them
okay.
continue to stick. Oh my God.
That's enough.
Alright.
Come back and stir.
And then you come back and stir later on.
And turn your fire down clearly. Start.
So while your noodles are within the pot, you want to cut up your peppers and onions to small little chunks.
Blocking the light.
Okay, so while you're doing that, and these are probably the most nutritious within your spaghetti. There's not any sugar or fat in them. It actually give you those nutritions you need. This way you won't be fat and your heart won't be bigger than your hand. Because if your heart bigger than your hand, you'll get sick and die. So, after you cut everything up into the chunks, what I'm doing right now, you eventually put all of these in your pot. And that will happen later on in the video. Alright, so once your noodles get to the desired texture that you want, you take the pot, it's extremely hot, you put in this thing called a strainer. That's hot. Oh, Jesus. Woo! Alright. That steam's got in my face, so then you rinse them off.
Let's rinse them off the
You rinse them out until you want the desired texture that you want. Rinse them out real good for at least like 30 seconds maybe. Make sure you get the whole bowl too. And after I'm finished doing this, I'm going to rinse out the pot. So then I can finish up the spaghetti. Start fresh. Yeah, so you can start fresh. Man, this is hot. Alright. So next, what we're going to do is put our pot back on the stove. Then, you want to get our spaghetti ready. So, you put our spaghetti back. Oh, Lord. So now I'm just going to put it back in here. So we let that settle, and then next we will start to put the rest of everything in there. Alright, so then after you want to get a cup of green peppers and onions or any vegetables that you desire, put them inside the pot of spaghetti. Let that settle. Then you want to stir that. Stir it up a little bit. Get everything around. Stir it up as you desire. Then when you want to get your sauce, put about, don't put all of it in there because it'll be completely spaghetti. Then, alright, then you want to stir all that up. Thank you.
And I did use the whole thing on my dressing.
Stir that up, and you also add Italian seasoning to make it taste a little better, give it a little flavor. Do this for like a little, let's add a little bit more sauce to it, just a little bit. Alright.
It's about a half jar.
Yeah, but it's about a half a jar. Alright. And after that, you add Italian seasoning. Get a little spice. And stir it up one more time.
About a tablespoon of water.
Then you stir it up a little bit more.
Let that simmer on low heat.
Let that simmer at like room temperature. Okay, so after all your ingredients are mixed together with your healthy spaghetti, you let it simmer at a low temperature. Then, when you let that simmer, you can clean your utensils that you use to cook. And while your food is simmering, by the time you're done with this, you'll be ready to have your healthy under $10 meal for spaghetti. Alright, stop. Alright, so after 2 to 3 minutes of passing, you turn off your stove, and with the magic of filming, your spaghetti is done. It's about to be slapping. Eat. I'll tell you good. I make it for lunch all week this week. Who will stop it? Alright, so all the main ingredients of this spaghetti was pretty much healthy. Okay, so let's begin. So spaghetti sauce, it was 70 calories. Total fat was 0.4 grams. Saturated fat was 0.1 grams. The carbs only 16 grams. The sugar was 10 grams, and it was 3.2 grams of protein. And for the record, all of this had zero cholesterol. All ingredients had zero cholesterol. The onions had 44 calories. Total fat was 0.1. Carbs was 10, protein was 1.2, and the sugar was 4.7. The peppers had 30 calories, the protein had 1.5 grams, the sugar had 3.8 grams, and it was 0 saturated fat and 0.2 total fat. The noodles only had 1 gram of total fat. It was 210 calories, but only 10 of those calories came from fat. It was 0 sodium, 42 carbs, 70 grams of protein, 0 saturated fat, and 3 grams of sugar. And for Italian seasoning, it was only 4 calories, and it had 0 total fat, saturated fat, and sodium and protein, and it was 1.0 grams of carbs. And this can help feed a family that is less fortunate for under $10, because this can keep you going for at least 2 days at least, if the family eats lightly. And depending on how the family eats, it can actually keep them going for at least a week. And this is the end of my health project. Thank you.